Hello and welcome. It's your boy Jay, that's me. Let's get into AEW Dynamite for May the 10th, 2023. For the most part, this was an okay to decent show. There were parts of it that I was baffled by, but for the most part, this was a pretty decent episode of AEW Dynamite. So we kicked the show off with Claudio Castagnoli, aka Cesaro, versus Rey Fenix. So it was a double Jeopardy match for whatever reason. I have no idea what that even means. Basically, Claudio wins via the Rico bomb for the 1, 2, 3. I always like that move. Really cool stuff. So, backstage, Miro has returned after maybe 8 or 9 months. No, I'd say 10 months of not being on television. I'm like, oh shit, this is great. I love it. So, Renee attempts to ask him some questions, but he refuses to speak and simply walks into Tony Khan's office. I like it. Now, I do think that he's back along with Thunder Rosa, probably to be on Collision, because rumor has it, it does seem like they are going to go all in, no pun intended, with Collision. They really want this Collision show to be must-see. And again, I'm actually against that. We don't need a 2-hour live wrestling show on Saturday. The weekends for wrestling should strictly just be pay-per-views. That's exactly what it should be. Nothing more, nothing less. They don't even need Collision. They just need to redo Rampage, make it live, put it on Thursdays from 8 to 10, and you can still have it be the CM Punk show with CM Punk, FTR, Thunder Rosa, Miro, and stuff like that. And that would be great because you could still get decent ratings out of that. Again, your ratings are going to suffer tremendously on Saturdays. They're going to suffer big time. So I hope Tony Khan knows what he's doing. I really do. But I just don't understand that we're still going to go through with having a wrestling show on Saturday. It just doesn't make any sense. Yes, people will watch, but again, you need more than just CM Punk and FTR and Miro and Thunder Rosa and a couple others. You just need more. And their roster doesn't have the depth that people think it does. That's just my opinion. But moving on from that. So MJF, he cut a promo. This was basically like a 4 pillars promo video package. We get to hear from MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin, all later on in the show. So Jungle Boy cuts a promo comparing all the pillars to the Beatles. So Sammy is Ringo, Jungle Boy is George, Darby is John, and MJF himself is Paul. The best with the most longevity. He's been in the best dog collar match and the best Iron Man match, and now he's going to be in the best Fatal 4-Way match. His reign of terror has just begun. He also does mention, Cody Rhodes in this promo, as well as CM Punk. So, wink, wink, nod, nod. CM Punk is coming back. So, yeah. Again, that's cool, but do we really need CM Punk to be just on AEW Collision? Like, let's get real. Rampage should be their version of SmackDown. There should be no Collision. And Dynamite serves as their Raw. And you could have Ring of Honor serve as their version of NXT. That's exactly how I would do it. Moving on to FTR, they come out. Dax Harwood gets on the mic. He invites Mark Briscoe to come out because they have an apology to make. So, Team TNA, which is Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, the most useless piece of crap person in professional wrestling, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh. So, they all come to the ring. Sanjay says that FTR have one job today, and that's to accept their challenge. Mark Briscoe then comes out. He tells everyone to simmer down and relax. It's become abundantly clear to him that they have a hard time controlling their emotions. He talked about his good friend Tony Khan, and he said he's got some good news. At Double or Nothing, he'll be the special guest referee for Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus FTR. Okay. Then he attempts to do a toast to make it official. So Sanjay then spits the alcohol in both FTR's faces. Briscoe, he pulls them apart. And then Dax Harwood, he power drives Mark Briscoe by accident. So I like this. This is okay. Again, we don't need this on pay-per-view. This could actually be better on television. That's just me. I don't know why they're going to do FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal at Double or Nothing. It just doesn't scream pay-per-view match to me. It just doesn't. More like Dynamite or at all possible Rampage. Moving on, so Renee Paquette, she's backstage with Chris Jericho, the Ocho. So Jericho says that he takes issue with everyone being so happy with Adam Cole. Got the best of him after an unprovoked attack while he was doing commentary. And Adam Cole created an unsafe working environment, and he's a coward. So Jericho went and got a court order that says they can't be in the same building at the same time. Then in comes Roderick Strong. He rolls up. He says Adam Cole is his best friend and he's no coward, and Roddy isn't banned from the building. So he wants to face Chris Jericho in a Falls Count Anywhere match next week. Jericho accepts the match and says he'll have his army behind him. But Roderick Strong said he's prepared for that. And he also has a court order of his own that says that the Jericho Appreciation Society is banned from ringside. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is going to be dumb as shit. Again, I don't like Roderick Strong. He's okay at best. But, again, this is a little bit too late for him to come to AEW. He should have been to AEW a while ago. I don't know, man. I guess this is interesting to me to an extent, but not really. I'm not really much of a fan of Roderick Strong. Just not. He's just a bland, work rate guy, and that is it. So, Renee Paquette, she's waiting outside the office of Tony Khan for Miro to come out. But Thunder Rosa, she rolls up, and she says that she's here to talk to Poppy Khan. So I do like that. Again, I do think that the main reason that we saw both Miro and Thunder Rosa return is because they are going to go full-fledged all in with Collision. So, we get a hype up reel for Sammy Guevara, and I wanted to fucking barf. Ugh, I can't stand Sammy Guevara. Him and Jungle Boy are the two weakest pillars. They are. Darby is salvageable. He's decent. He's very good. MJF is good as well. But the two weakest of the pillars, the two weak links, are both Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara. And it's just a fact. Jungle Boy is just their theme song, nothing more, nothing less. And Sammy Guevara just fucking sucks. Let's just be honest. Whether he's with Chris Jericho or by himself, he just sucks. So Tony Khan, he appears and he talks about what a great show we had tonight. And in addition to everything tonight, there are stars in the back lined up looking for chances to wrestle. And it's clearer than ever that AEW can produce more great content every week. And he'll have another huge announcement next week. And I'm like, oh my God, why are we doing the same shit over and over and over again? It's like a hamster on a damn wheel. Again, we all know that Collision is going to be announced next week. It's a no-brainer. Ring of Honor's not getting a damn TV deal. That's not happening. Oh my God, this a waste of time. Tony Khan needs to hire more than Will Washington for his writing team. He needs to hire way more than just Will Washington. Seriously. Oh my God. Next, we got Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy for the AEW Atlantic Championship. I didn't watch this match. I'm not going to hold you up. I don't care. So, Orange Cassidy, he wins via the reverse pin for the 1-2-3. Who really cares? It's not that important. So, we get a VA package of dueling promos between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, her team, and the Outcast. Not really important on that. Next, a really good segment. It involves Christian Cage, my boy. Love me some Christian Cage. So, he's in the ring with Tony Schiavone. He's here to talk about the TNT Championship. So, Christian Cage says he's the number one contender because he's Christian Cage. And he, in his laundry list of accomplishments, lets him walk into the boss's office demanding the shot. Much like his previous opponent, Wardlow also had a father, but he's not going to go down that path because, let's face it, his dad wasn't that famous and nobody cares about him. So why waste his breath? I'm like, damn, great heel heat there. Instead, he goes after Arn Anderson, Wardlow's wrestling dad, who has abandoned his own son, Brock Anderson. He calls him Ric Flair's lapdog and says, that makes you a legend, right? How many times did Arn Anderson win a world title? None. Christian is a multi-time world champion. And then he tells Detroit to kiss his ass. So I like that. We got Darby Allin's promo and hype video as to why, he does what he does. I like it. He's skating in his own little skate park and wrestling ring. That's cool. He's with his pops doing a bunch of crazy shit. He says he gives a reason as to why he does it. He says it makes him feel alive and, it allows him to get inside his head. So I really enjoyed that. Great stuff there. Next, Anna Jay versus Julia Hart in a no DQ match. Julia Hart wins. Not really that important. We didn't need any weapons involved at all. I was kind of bored with the match. So, Julia gets the win via the Heartless Lock. So, Renee Paquette, she interviews Best Friends about their trios match. And they said that all witches are banned from ringside. And Julia Hart wrestling is fine, but she's much better as a valet for the House of Black, for the most part. So, Orange Cassidy thinks that he has enough room in his backpack for 3 more belts. So Trent Beretta he's enthusiastic about their prospects. And Chuck Taylor is prompted to pick their final rule. They settle on all witches are banned from ringside. Then we get Best Amigos, Bandito, Chuck Taylor, and Trent Beretta versus House of Black for the AEW World Trios Championships. So House of Black wins. They already went over the rules of what happened. So they win via Dante's Inferno, which is fine. Again, I'd much rather see Malachi on his own. I mean, he could still, pal around with Matthews and Brody King, but it just would suit Malachi better. And, I would love for him to be the one to dethrone Orange Cassidy and bring some actual prestige to the AEW International Championship. That's just me. And maybe have Brody King and Buddy Matthews go after the AEW Tag Team Championships. But that's just me thinking out loud. So Kyle Fletcher of Aussie Open, he's laid out Orange Cassidy, holds up his AEW International Championship. Then we get a hype video for Jungle Boy, and he talked about why he got into professional wrestling. He's been doing it since he was like 8 or 9 years old. How his parents got him a ring, and he used to train in the backyard and everything else. He has all the tools and what it takes to be world champion. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, you clown? Jungle Boy absolutely sucks. He's just a theme song and nothing more. Seriously. That's the only reason as to why he's over. Nothing more, nothing less. The guy is bland as paper. Jungle Boy is just nauseating and boring. He just is. He sucks. Same thing with Sammy Guevara. They suck. Not going to be mean. I'm not even being an asshole. Just being real. They suck. Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy are the weakest of the four pillars. They are. MJF is very salvageable. Same with Darby. Those two are very over. Darby's decent on the mic. MJF solid on the mic as well. But, those are actually marketable guys. But Jungle Boy and Sammy, no, they're not. Moving on, so we get a hype little promo from Ricky Starks talking about how he's going to take on Jay White next week and how he's going to beat Jay White. And then the main event, Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega, Steel Cage. So before the match took place, the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club, they brawl on the floor. The Young Bucks, they take out Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli. Bryan Danielson, he's on commentary. And he attempts to stalk Matt and Nick Jackson. So the Steel Cage match itself was solid here. I enjoyed it for the most part. Moxley bled within like the first 5 minutes of the match. Omega brought in a barbed wire chair. He beat him down with that. There was one cool spot where Omega did the V trigger through the steel cage. That was fucking awesome. That was great. Love that spot right there. Towards the end of the match, Omega goes for the One Ring Angel, and then Don Callis, he comes in as referee. He's about to count to 3, and he spikes Kenny Omega with the screwdriver to break up the pin, and then Moxley pins Omega. And then post-match, Don Callis, he proceeds to leave, but he stands there. He looked at Kenny Omega's stab wound. Kenny gets to his knees. Don grabs him again, holding a screwdriver high, but he can't bring himself to do it. So he grabs Omega's head and whispers something into his ear. He kisses his forehead, and then he shoves him to the mat. And that was it. So I enjoyed this. I'm glad that Don Callis turned on Omega. It makes sense. Him aligning with the Blackpool Combat Club is great too. I know some people had thought it was going to be Nigel McGuinness, which I wouldn't be against that either. But it looks like he's just going to be doing just backstage stuff as well as commentary from time to time on Ring of Honor, I would imagine. But good show nonetheless. I enjoyed it. It was okay. It was nothing to really ride home about. Glad that Don Callis turned on Omega. That's great. We all knew that it was coming anyway, but to do it like that, it makes the most sense. Hopefully we get an explanation next week as to why he did it. Because I thought that he was going to turn on Omega and align himself with Tenosuke Takeshita, align with him. I thought that's what they were going to do, but we got swerved in that department, and we get him aligned with the Blackpool Combat Club. I like it. I really do. I think this is going to be great. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. The promo from the Four Pillars were great. Darby, MJF, those were solid. Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara, not so much. Miro back. Miro and Thunder Rosa being back, that's great. I really dig that. That was good. We had some fairly decent wrestling on this show, but for the most part, the show was okay at best. It was decent. What did you guys think? Please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and comment down below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.